Goeienaand, good evening, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. Now, I get some really interesting stuff coming across my desk, and one was a little chart which sets out how much money Cyril Ramaphosa is worth. And it's very, very simple to follow. And it just shows exactly where he's got his fingers in so many little pies. And they're all doing very, very well, aren't they? Except perhaps for MTN. But let's have a look at that chart first. Then we'll have a look at what's happening to the state-owned enterprises owned by the citizens of South Africa. They have been completely pillaged, cleaned out. Corrupt practices, BEE, triple BEE, you name it. All these racist policies of the ANC have completely decimated the state-owned enterprises. But let me get off my hobby horse and show you this chart of Cyril Ramaphosa's fortunes. Okay, there you saw the chart. Now, you might have noticed two little companies or businesses that just stuck out. One was McDonald's, where Ramaphosa is the 100% owner, and the other was Coca-Cola. Now, my suggestion to anyone who's in a minority group is that they completely boycott McDonald's and they stop drinking Coca-Cola. Let's hit this guy where it hurts. While his businesses are incredibly profitable and he's made billions out of the way they forced companies in South Africa to get an African shareholder in, who basically just becomes a millionaire like that. I mean, they don't have any assets, but they get very well-connected ones like Ramaphosa, because that's going to help keep their business flowing. But what about the state-owned enterprises? Let's have a look at that. The DA recently wrote to the Minister of Public Enterprises, Pravin Gordhan, requesting a review of South Africa's state-owned enterprises, or SOEs. The party accused SOEs of having accumulated losses when tallied amount to 96 billion rand over the past 2 years. These financial losses increase on a daily basis and are proof that the status quo is no longer feasible, the DA said. Eskom recently announced a record loss of 20.7 billion rand for the year, partially due to its increasing and unsustainable debts. Eskom has amassed a total of 440 billion rand in debt, and Eskom CFO Khalid Kasim said this debt needs to be reduced to 200 billion rand before the entity can become sustainable. So it's got to cut off about 60% of its debt. And clearly, the pension funds are in the sights of this ANC government. As a result, the power utility has been promised a 69 billion rand bailout spanning until 2021, with a further 59 billion rand bailout also proposed to span the next 2 years. Now, we're talking huge numbers here that South Africa cannot afford. The financial issues at Eskom have been compounded by senior managers taking the power utility to the CCMA to demand increases to their salaries and bonuses. These managers, who already earn between 1.5 to 3 million rand per year, are requesting a minimum salary increase of 4.7%. The SABC has also been suffering financially, and there were reports that it would no longer be able to pay salaries. However, SABC CFO Yolanda van Biljon said the public broadcaster has no worries about a potential day zero for at least the next 3 months. Van Biljon said, "We are not out of the woods yet, but we are making progress as far as improving our balance sheet is concerned." Despite this, Communications Minister Stella Ndabeni-Abrahams said the SABC needs urgent financial assistance. She said, the SABC has been experiencing liquidity problems due to historic financial management issues and the rapidly rising cost of content. Now, who can go beyond Shladi Motsoeneng running the SABC just a couple of years ago? What's that about? He didn't even have a matric. Let's have a look at the others. Eskom and the SABC are not the only SOEs suffering under the weight of financial strife. In fact, almost all South Africa's leading SOEs are entrenched in debt, a fact which should cause serious concerns in South Africans. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you a table of that debt so you understand how huge it is. And you'll notice that there's one state-owned enterprise that has no debt right at the bottom. It's a South African post office. And guess who the CEO of the South African Post Office was until just the last few weeks? A white person. Now consider who runs all these other organizations, and I think you can join the dots about what I'm saying about. Here comes the chart. All right, guys, that's the state of the nation in South Africa. You've got a multi-billionaire president whose companies are doing very, very well through his connections with the government, and all the state-owned enterprises that he's supposed to be making sure are profitable are just digging a bigger financial debt for themselves day by day. There's no question about it. Cyril Ramaphosa is there for himself. He's not there for the people of South Africa, just like the rest of the ANC. All right, guys, please remember to subscribe to be kept informed. Ring the bell for the updates. Please like this video and have a safe day. Bye for now.